Hello football lovers, especially Chelsea fans. Let me introduce myself. My name is UB Pawada. As usual, I will provide the latest and most updated news that I have summarized for you. But before that, I want to remind you, don't forget to subscribe, so you always get notifications every day. As usual, before we start, I would like to thank those who have commented on my previous video. Thanks to The Great Oracle from Nigeria, King Wealth Yagida from Nigeria, Blaisius Azobi, Cheruyot from Kenya, Brandon from Zimbabwe, Egilong, Eyong Sonem Manuelokwe, Jarga Kamara, Izi Arinze from Nigeria, Ahmed Maifatai, Onuhmiki, Amir Robert, Abulo, Lee Habibullah Abubakar Siddiq from Nigeria/Ghana, Ibanga Edem from Nigeria, Asan Jarju, Sanyankunda from Gambia, Ub Francis Leko from Nigeria, Amir Robert from Yola, Nigeria, Onifade Taiwo, Oladipo Emmanuel from Nigeria, Ayodeji Oladipupo, Adamu Danjuma Amor, Matthew Kamau in Kenya, Abulo, Evangelist William Chukwunwu, Mr. Francis Leko Ubi from Nigeria from Cross River State. And all friends can leave comments below this video so I can mention it in the next video. Thank you and enjoy watching. This season has been another tough test for Chelsea captain Reece James. After starting the season injured, James finally recovered and appeared in 3 consecutive Premier League games against Liverpool, Newcastle United, and Manchester United. However, bad luck has befallen him again. The 24-year-old right-back has suffered another hamstring injury, which ruled him out of Chelsea's 2-1 win over Leicester City last Saturday. The recurring injury makes James's future at Chelsea even more uncertain. Previously, James has been plagued by injuries that have made it difficult to maintain consistent fitness. Now, with his physical condition continuing to be disrupted, there are major concerns about James's ability to live up to expectations as a first-team player at Stamford Bridge. A source close to the club has revealed to journalist Simon Phillips that Chelsea are starting to lose patience with James's recurring injury situation. The source said that they fully expect James to be sold next summer, Phillips wrote. Although James and Malo Gusto, who compete in the same position, have a good relationship, James's injuries have limited that competition. Should Chelsea ultimately decide to let James go, his future at the club now appears to depend on his ability to fully recover and remain in the long term. Christopher Nkunku's future at Chelsea is increasingly in doubt, with former Manchester United, West Ham and Tottenham scout Mick Brown suggesting that he could ask to leave Chelsea if his situation doesn't improve, particularly with his limited game time. Speaking to Football Insider, Brown said, "Chelsea may be forced to let Nkunku go. At the moment, with the number of players they have, it's going to be a problem for them. There are a lot of players playing in Europe or Cup games who would be playing every week in the Premier League." Brown added, "Most of these players would want to play more, and I can see Nkunku wanting to leave if his situation doesn't improve. It wouldn't surprise me if he started pushing for a move, whether that's in January or at the end of the season. One of the things he could do is go to the manager and ask for more game time. If that doesn't happen, I think Nkunku will start looking elsewhere. He's not happy playing as a substitute. He wants to play regularly in the Premier League," he added. With interest from the likes of Manchester United and PSG, Nkunku's future at Chelsea now depends on whether Enzo Maresca gives him more first-team opportunities. If not, as Mick Brown predicts, Nkunku may decide to seek a new challenge away from Stamford Bridge. Craig Burley, ESPN pundit, who is known for criticizing Chelsea, admitted that he was wrong in assessing Nicholas Jackson. Burley, who previously doubted the striker's ability, has now praised Jackson's development this season. His link-up play, "I remember against West Ham and Wolves, where he would drop a little bit, receive the ball quickly, then pass or turn the ball to counter-attack. I didn't think he had that ability in his game," said Burley. Burley admitted that he never thought Jackson had the ability to link up play other than his ability to run through the opponent's defense. "I didn't think he could be that good at linking up play other than his ability to run through the defense," added Burley. Although reminding that the season is still early, Burley emphasized, "I don't want to overstate it. It's still early in the season, but you have to give credit when players show real improvement, and Jackson is one of them." Ben Chilwell looks set to leave Chelsea in the January transfer window. Having made just 1 appearance this season, Enzo Maresca has been a poor performer, meaning Chilwell will have to find a new club if he wants to get regular game time. According to Tuttosport, Juventus are reportedly interested in signing Chilwell and have begun making moves to secure his signature. Interestingly, the report claims that Chilwell may be willing to take a pay cut in order to make the move happen. While the move is likely to be a loan move, Chelsea are reportedly prepared to let Chilwell go without a loan fee, as long as his wages are fully covered by the interested club. Chilwell's decision to consider a pay cut reflects his desire to get back on track and get more game time. If the deal goes through, Juventus will get a defender with much-needed international experience and quality, while Chilwell will hope to improve his position in the first team by getting regular game time. Chelsea themselves do not seem to mind letting Chilwell go, given the tight competition for the left-back position. Now, the transfer looks set to become closer to reality as the winter transfer window approaches. Marc Cucurella has expressed his disappointment at the injury to captain Reece James. James has suffered another hamstring injury this time, after struggling with a number of physical issues over the past 18 months. The injury occurred in training last week, and Chelsea are now awaiting further information on his recovery time. Cucurella admitted that the loss of James is felt by the whole team, given his importance to the squad. "We are very sad. It is difficult. He was fit again. Then suddenly he had a small injury," said Cucurella. "We know how important he is for us. He is our captain. He will work hard, and hopefully he will be back with us soon." Chelsea were on course for a win at Leicester City, despite the absence of James and Malo Gusto, who was also absent through illness. Wesley Fofana took over at right back in that game. Gusto is expected to return for next weekend's clash with Aston Villa, while James, although not yet confirmed, is expected to be out for the next few games. Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall is now expected to leave Stamford Bridge less than 6 months after joining. The England midfielder joined the Blues from Leicester City for £30 million, but has struggled for regular game time. Emmanuel Petit believes Dewsbury-Hall could follow in the footsteps of Danny Drinkwater, who suffered a similar fate at Stamford Bridge. Petit told Casino Hawks, "Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall looks like the new Danny Drinkwater at Chelsea. He was on the bench too much and ended up going out on loan. I think that could happen again to Dewsbury-Hall." Petit also issued a warning to players considering joining the club. "If I was a player being targeted by Chelsea, I would be very careful in making my decision. They spend a lot of money and buy so many young players that it's like there are 2 or 3 teams in the dressing room. You have to talk to the club to make sure the manager and the board really want you, because if you don't, you'll end up on the bench, in the stands, and eventually leaving." Despite Dewsbury-Hall's uncertain future at Chelsea, there is one player who has impressed Petit, Pedro Neto. Petit praised the Portuguese winger, who he believes could be the signing of the season, thanks to his significant contribution down the left side of Chelsea's attack. Christopher Nkunku is facing a dilemma over his playing time at Chelsea. Despite joining the West London club for £52 million, Nkunku has only started 1 of 12 Premier League games this season. The majority of his time has been spent playing in the Europa Conference League and Carabao Cup, where he has performed well and shown his quality. Frustration at the lack of playing time could reportedly prompt Nkunku to consider a move away, either in the January transfer window or at the end of the season. Sources close to the situation have revealed that Nkunku wants more Premier League opportunities, particularly in the starting 11s. If the situation continues, Nkunku is believed to be willing to ask the manager for more game time, or even seek a way out if he does not get the response he wants. For Nkunku, who has proven to be a goal scorer in European competition, the decision to seek a new club could be a logical step if he wants to develop his career further and experience tougher competition in the domestic league.